ECSports, Dion and Danny. It's Super Bowl week. Bro, did they do the Vegas thing? Did that start already? My guy was telling
Yeah,
me.
like the Pro Bowl like
Yeah.
skills challenge or whatever. Yeah, I mean
I,
NFL's gonna do a better job with their All Star weekend.
bro, he was like, this was what he was like, yeah, last night. I'm like, bro, it's Thursday. What the fuck?
Well,
And
they
then
started off with that throwing skills contest and then like dodgeball. Like I don't know what are they doing. I don't know.
he said that Justin Jefferson was on a zip line.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What the best wide receiver on a zip line in Vegas? Does that
that's
make sense, Daniel?
that's safe. No, that's safe. That's safe.
Come on, bro. So what we got? It's obviously Super Bowl.
Super Bowl week, man. I mean,
Are you crying?
yeah, it's it was interesting. It was like the match last week, like the Bengals and Chiefs, like it was a good game. The guy Osai, the linebacker, pushes Mahomes out of bounds, gives him the 15 yards. If that play doesn't happen, do you think Bengals win?
No. Um, I just feel like Mahomes was on a mission and you know, talking all of that shit prior. I don't care if these dudes are pros. I don't care whatever you want to say. When you give some guys some bulletin board material, it's gonna work. And then you end up smoking on the Joe Burrow in Pat Mahomes' voice, obviously.
Yeah,
Patrick, the original Pat Mahomes,
yeah,
smoking on the Joe Burrow. But
yeah.
sometimes, man, you just got to shut up and play, and that's what Kansas City did. And that's my team, bro. That's what I'm rolling with. I'm jumping on that, and I don't think it's gonna be close. A lot of people are on Phillies bandwagon, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the strength of schedule, and Philly had it pretty easy. I'm not sure if it was you that said it or somebody, but they had a pretty easy situation going into the Super Bowl.
They did well when they earned it though. I mean, they had the best record throughout the NFC, had the number one seed, and didn't look back. I mean, and they took care of business, right? So it wasn't like they squeaked the two victories out. They blew out the Giants 38-7. And then unfortunately Brock Purdy goes out. The Niners have to go with the fourth string QB. It just didn't work.
I can play.
But again, took care of business. They dominated the game. What was it another it was what 31-7?
Yeah.
Dominated the game. I mean, they had the formula for success in the playoffs, which is run the ball, play defense. That's always been the age-old thing. If you could run the ball in January and February or in December and January, you're going to be in February playing games in February. Did that well. Jalen Hurts didn't turn the ball over. Miles Sanders is looking like a very, very good runner in this
Free
league.
agent.
And was that?
Free agent.
Oh yeah, and then they took care of business. So shout outs to Philadelphia. It's gonna be a really good Super Bowl. So preview of it really quick. What do you think of the game right now? It's Kansas City -1.5, basically a pick 'em. You never know when the lines are gonna shift, but besides a gambling perspective, what do you think of the games?
I'm gonna stay with Kansas City. Like I said, it's just it's time. I mean, he's about to take over more. Philly has a great defense, great offensive line. It's going to be a very evenly matched game. It's going to come down to who makes the first mistake and who builds on it. But when you go off of who's been there, who's done that, who are the vets in reference to playing, I got to go with Kansas City. How about you?
Well, both sides have Super Bowl champions, right? Let's not forget Philadelphia won the Super Bowl in
All right,
2018.
I'm talking about guys that are actually still on the team, bro.
I mean, there are some guys still on that team.
Yeah, the linemen.
Well, yeah, well, those are pivotal players, man. They know exactly how to play, man. The trenches in Philadelphia are scary on both ends. Their
Okay.
defensive line is crazy.
Oh,
Offensive
Danny
line
with
is
the docs.
falling. Listen, knock on. Hey,
Who you
listen,
got, bro?
listen. All I'm saying is this game is basically going to be a pick 'em, like how you said. It's going to come down to who makes more mistakes. I'm going to lean right now towards Kansas City. I think my final pick will be on Friday, right before the Super Bowl, because honestly, this game is very evenly matched with the weapons on both sides.
You can't say who
Philadelphia, I can't give you a prediction right now. I can't. I will lean more towards Kansas City right now,
okay.
just because they have the best player. Okay, Kansas. Okay, Dion. Kansas City has the best player in general on the field, Patrick Mahomes. But the weapons and like I said, the trenches, the games won in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line. Philadelphia has that edge. They can push and move and disrupt on both ends.
All Patrick Mahomes needs is 3 seconds. That's all I got to say.
Who do you think Super Bowl
Who's
MVP?
gonna stop Kelsey?
They have a really good linebacking core, and they have a really good pass rush. That could even stop Kelsey, because if you don't have time to throw to Kelsey, you can't get the ball.
I don't know if you did, but I saw Philly firsthand, and Justin just made them look like they wasn't even there. Okay. I'm just saying. So
I'm not, and again, I'm just playing devil's advocate to you. Yeah, trying to explain to you how Philadelphia could dominate the game.
Devil's advocate, not picking. So you're really just.
I'm gonna lean towards Kansas City right now. I can't. It's too hard to bet against Mahomes.
We'll revisit next week, and then
yes, we will. Let's revisit. Listen, let's revisit. We'll have our final picks. But right now, I'll say Kansas City by field goal.
Okay. What do you think about Tommy leaving? I know you cried because it was a possibility.
Well, yeah, my heart is broken. One, because I mean,
Brady rocking Al Davis t-shirts.
Hey, listen. I thought he was gonna come to the silver and black, but that's the reason why I broke my heart, obviously. But no, I think Brady's deserved it. He's earned everything. He's earned his stripes, obviously, and everything he's gotten. He earned it. He's never been handed to him. So the GOAT is finally gone. Hopefully he actually stays retired and enjoys his retirement. He can finally eat some food that's not avocado ice cream, and he doesn't have to work out the TB12. What's up? He's going to Fox. I mean, $375 million. Would you turn that down? I don't think anybody would. To not get hit by a car every Sunday, basically.
Do they have a specific position?
I think he's just going to be a football analyst, just like how like the panel is. But would you do 10 years, 375 and not be getting hit by a car every Sunday, basically, and enjoying your life and your health, and hopefully he could spend time with his family and kids. But anyway, I am sad that he's not coming to the Raiders. I think our next best bet, if I were going to go for a veteran QB, I'm having my eye set on Aaron Rodgers, hopefully. Other than that, I don't know what we're going to do. My plans are all folded. Listening
to people in different states and fandom that have these like mercurial things that they want. Aaron Rodgers is due $58 million, bro.
I know. And we're going to take a cap hit. So if the Raiders want to get hit, if the Raiders want to acquire Aaron Rodgers, obviously we're going to take about a $14.5 million cap hit, which is huge. So, I mean, that's just a pipe dream. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to predict the future.
What are your picks looking like?
We got the 7th pick in the draft this year. We could go for a QB, but I'm not in love with any of the QBs in this draft.
Maybe you only have a first rounder?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
we'll take your 7 and your next year's first if you want the first round.
I don't want any of the QBs. I'd rather have Caleb Williams next year. I go with Stidham for a bridge QB, finish 5 and 12, and hopefully you land with like a top 5 pick.
Okay.
That could happen.
I mean, it's just good to be in our situation, like I keep saying on every show.
It is. I love how we bring it up somehow. I love how we went from Super Bowl, all of a sudden we're talking Bears draft. It happens every episode because we're too hyped for a draft as the number 1 pick. But speaking of drafts and speaking of players, let's transition to the NBA. All-Star Weekend, picks, starters, any shocks in the starting lineup for the West. And let me hear, and I'm going to tell you who the starting lineup for the West is. You have Curry, you have Luka, you have LeBron, you have Jokic. So who do you think that 5th starter is? If you don't know already.
Dame.
Who?
Dame?
Nope. It's not a guard. It's a big guy. And it's not Anthony Davis, who, you know what I mean? But it is Zion Williamson.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It's Zion Williamson, yeah. Zion starting over. Look, you said Dame. Fine. He's also starting over Sabonis, who's having a career year with the Kings, and they're balling. He's starting over another guard if you wanted to add in like a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who didn't even make the All-Star team. So there are some guys, and Damian Lillard, obviously. What do you think?
Fans, right? It's the fans.
What's up?
It's the fans.
Yeah. I mean, but he played 26 games. Anthony Davis played 26 games and is averaging 30, close to 30. Zion's averaging not even. I think he was at what, like 16 and 10 or something like that.
I mean,
It's crazy.
he was
It's crazy.
playing. They were pretty tough, but to get him starting on the All-Star game, they need to do something different, bro. And then
Like, what about Laurie Markkinen? Laurie Markkinen's having an amazing.
He's
That's
there,
another guy.
but he's there. He's on the team at
Yeah.
least. You know what I mean? Is AD
Jaren
on
Jackson Jr. made the All-Star team. How?
that? Is AD on the team?
No, AD didn't make the All-Star team. So there are some snubs.
Who made the team?
So if you look at what for the
DeMar.
West,
No, for us.
DeMar DeRozan,
Yeah,
6-time All-Star.
yeah, Zach. What do you think? Since we're talking about the NBA, do you think that they're going to do something with that team, or do they?
The Bulls?
Yeah,
So they go through these weird roller coaster phases. Like they look at like they're gonna tank, then they go on like this kind of like streak where they win like 8 out of 10,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, Bulls are back, and then it's like they kind of trend down a little bit, and then they ride waves. So at this point, they're not. I don't think they're gonna blow it up. If they do, they're gonna move Levine. If they do, they're 100% moving Levine.
but you have Gooch, who's in a contract year. And then you have DeMar that has another year at a decent amount. Why not just Lonzo's not coming back, bro?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Like his health is deteriorating. The poor guy's knees are brittle. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Poor guy. Like it sucks.
Brandon Roy. Oh, jeez.
It could be another Brandon Roy situation. It kind of sucks. It really does suck, actually. If we look at the player pool really quick, here I'll name you some players that you think borderline All-Stars. Do you think they should have made it or not? Okay. Do you think we'll start with Zion Williamson. I already know your take on that. No, right? Okay. Did you think Paul George should have made the All-Star team?
He made it off his name, bro.
Okay. What do you okay. And what about Drew Holiday?
The East is very as they're in need of point guards.
Okay. Tyrese Halliburton made it, which I think he should have. Yeah, but he made it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's having an amazing year, he should be starting, actually, in my opinion. I don't know why. Again, Laurie Markkinen made the All-Star team, but he is a reserve. Okay, Julius Randle.
No.
Do you think out of the Knicks players, should it have been Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially over Drew Holiday. You said Drew Holiday made it?
Drew Holiday made it, yeah.
Yeah, there's Jalen Brunson's spot. But that's the coaches. What do you? I mean, is it?
Well, no, the reserves are the coaches and the media, and then the all-star starters are the media and the fans.
Yeah.
But Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. I'm excited though. They're gonna actually pick the rosters the day of the All-Star game, so it's literally like a pickup game, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And I think who's gonna take down team. LeBron's been amazing at drafting at these All-Star games. Let's see if Giannis can take him down. And speaking of LeBron, 63 points away from breaking Kareem's all-time scoring record. The record that we all looked at and thought maybe
unattainable.
Like unobtainable. Who could break it? Could Kobe break it? Could Durant break it? Nope. It's LeBron James.
Yeah. He's got to get talked about more. I mean, he has been on multiple teams when you're talking about this. When you're talking about the guys you mentioned, the Kobe's one team, Kareem, 2 teams, right? And then you can talk Magic, one team. If you talk about all these superhero all-time legends, Jordan, like 2 teams.
Bird.
Washington, yeah.
Bird.
And LeBron's been Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland, and then the Lakers. It's like, yes, he's one of the most amazing players ever, especially all around. I give him greatest all around ever. I just still cannot put him, not that you asked, but yeah. I can't say he said it, which is rare. I can't say that he's the greatest of all time yet.
I mean, an accomplishment like this just shows your longevity, year in, year out, always playing, missing limited games. I mean, minor injuries here and there. He's never had that serious injury like a Dominique Wilkins where he blows the Achilles, or like Kobe Bryant, same thing.
Yeah.
But to show that him at 38 doing these things it is great. And obviously eras of basketball change with spacing and shooting and all that, but he's improved his game year in and year out. There's always something new to LeBron's game, I always feel like, and he's always constantly adapting and changing, which is
He the
great.
greatest to you?
The greatest ever, no. I think he's top 3. But I'm gonna go Mike.
All right, who's your top 5?
Wow,
Put you on the spot. You know basketball,
okay.
right? I can tell you right away. Who's yours? Doesn't have to be position either.
Okay. I mean, if I'm gonna go top 5 players ever in any particular order, I'm gonna say Mike's number 1 though.
1, yeah.
Mike's 1. LeBron will be 2. Once he passes Kareem. Kareem at 3, Kobe 4, and then number 5 is a toss-up between Magic and Bird.
Okay, I'll probably take Kareem out of mine.
Okay.
Reason
being, I mean, 6 MVPs, six rings, all-time scorer for now.
Yeah. I mean, no. I think I look at it as I always say, yeah, I should say Bill Russell because of what he's attained. Yeah. From what I've seen from my years of starting watching, which is the early 80s, the reason I started watching and to where I am now, I have to say Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Shaq.
Wow. So you're leaving LeBron James out of that list?
Yes.
Okay.
He's in my top 10.
That's crazy because, like, everyone has their own opinion and it's not wrong. It's just like you can't leave. I just can't leave LeBron out of a top 5 list. Why? Because how good he is. He's done so much in the early Cavs days with little around him. Yes, he went to the Heat. Yes, he had those years where he was jumping teams, making trades, blowing up rosters. But at the end of the day, he's accomplished a lot, man. I mean, I got to give him his respect. Like, I'm not like the biggest LeBron fan out there, but he's definitely on a top conversation.
Ivan joins us with his picks. However, we're going to put him on the spot. Ivan, give me your top 5 NBA players, no position, and I need your guaranteed number 1 and whatever 4 after.
And we're talking all time.
All time. And
this became Skipper's champion and an undisputed thing all of a sudden. All of a sudden, we're skipping it and Max Kellerman just going up top 5 kind of topics. So go ahead.
Danny just dumped down my throat because LeBron is not in my top 5.
That's crazy to me. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I would still say he's a top 5. He's top 5 ever, top 3 ever, in my opinion.
Hey, it's who I saw and who I watched. Go ahead.
I mean, my top 5. You guys are saying like
all
time,
right?
But your number 1 has to be in order. Just number 1. Everybody else is whatever.
My first would probably be Kobe Bryant. My second would be most likely Jordan. Third, I would say, that's a toughie. Who am I thinking here? I want to put some people in the top 5 that it's like now, but I can't do that because I mean I would say Magic, 4, Larry, and then I would put as my 5th Iverson, to be honest.
See, everybody has different shit,
but I can't not leave LeBron out of his top 5. That's just insane to me.
I forgot, like, you got to look at people's age range, right? I was telling Danny, dudes be going crazy on me. How you don't say Bill Russell? I don't know the fuck. I didn't see him play, right? I didn't see Wilt play. It's not disrespecting them, but when I started bro, my mom used to work as a cop, so I had all the time in the world to just sit and watch basketball. This is before all of that shit, where it was just Larry Bird and Magic. Either you saw Boston play in Chicago and then the Lakers are last or whatever. And then Jordan came and then fucking Kobe. And then fucking Shaq was just a video game.
I think, I mean, there's a lot of things to it. I remember we made like a top 50 list.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. And I could revisit that and probably make some edits and changes. But like LeBron to me, it's crazy because like, he's met all the expectations coming into the league. he's done some things where it's like very like questionable. Like, yeah, you're going to different teams, you're like blowing up teams, trading players, all this kind of stuff. You're starting all this kind of like passive aggressive controversy. I've seen it all. But at the end of the day, LeBron's resume is very hard to go against. Arguably, he's had one of the greatest careers ever in all sports. I mean, 20 seasons of high-level basketball with no major injuries. That's insane to me. And the fact that he's not even known as a scorer, putting up 27, 7, and 7 career average, having all-time leading in points eventually in the next couple games. It's just crazy to me. Like, I've seen this guy when I was watching him for 20 years, bro. I'm freaking.
Who are you guys' top 5 now in the NBA now?
Now, I would say
Like
Giannis.
active?
Yeah, Giannis 1, Jokic 2, Luka 3, Durant 4, Steph 5, or LeBron 5.
Okay.
So you got LeBron right now.
He's top 8 in the league. LeBron's top 8. I'm just saying LeBron you know who I'm forgetting right now, honestly, and he's been really balling. He should be in the top 5 list too. I could take Durant out of this. No, Joel Embiid.
I was just about to say Joel's asleep.
Scoring, he's balling. I think he's a top 5 player right now at this moment. If you're gonna say right now at this moment, he's probably number 4. And then number 5, I'd probably give it to Steph. I'll put Durant 6, LeBron 7.
Okay.
I got Durant in top 5 for sure. Durant.
The international wave has been taking over the NBA. It's great.
Luka, LeBron.
Luka's my number 1 right now.
Luka's just he's ridiculous. LeBron.
He's carrying the team. He's
carrying. What he did the other night just alone, like I'm like, bro.
I mean, you guys don't sleep on Jokic, so man, he might win his 3rd straight MVP.
Jokic is
Tatum's up there too.
He can't get the 3rd one. He can't. Like he just can't.
I think he will, low-key. I think if the Nuggets finish number 1 or number 2 in the West, I could see him getting another MVP. No problem.
The thing is, the fan voting ruins it.
But he's averaging a triple-double.
The fans have something to do with the MVP.
Yeah, for the key MVP voting thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And that's based off of just popularity. Like you guys were probably talking about the All-Star snubs. One person that came into my mind that was a reserve that shouldn't be in there is Paul George. Like his name, let alone just gets in there. Like, and he barely played.
Yeah, him and Kawhi have been on PTO for a while, so it's like,
And Drew Holiday. I mean, no offense, but like, come on, bro.
He's having a good season though, but I just don't think.
Not better than dude in New York. Like,
then Brunson. No, I thought 2 Knicks should have made it. 2 Sacramento Kings should have made it. Honestly.
I mean, I love DeMar, but coaches love DeMar, bro.
Trae Young was crying about him getting snubbed too, but I don't think he really deserves.
Putting up numbers.
Who's the head coach?
Is it what's his face? Nate.
Who?
Nate.
The teams, the coaches. Nate McMillan
for the All-Star game.
Nate McMillan, yes, Nate McMillan.
Atlanta's up there.
Atlanta's 500. They're like 26 and 26.
Why is he the coach?
Nate McMillan.
Yeah,
he's been the coach for the past 2 years.
No, I'm talking about the All-Star game.
Oh, he's the All-Star coach?
No, I'm asking who it is.
Oh, it's Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah,
one of them is Eric Spoelstra.
It's typically the number 1 seed. So
it's number 1 right now.
No, Boston is. So it could be Mazzulla, Joe Mazzulla.
I thought you said Spoelstra, Byron.
It is Joe Mazzulla, and then there's Spoelstra, I believe. That's what I'm looking at.
That's both East.
Oh, wait. It is Joe Mazzulla.
Okay. Yeah, so that's probably why. But let's get into your picks. Super Bowl's coming up. Give us what you got on some locks.
So I got a few here. So buckle up. So my first, and this is a couple player props that I have. I just want to start off with player props before I get into the money line. Quez Watkins under 1.5 receptions. Ever since Dallas Goedert, when he plays.
Before you finish, I love the teddy.
What's up?
Love your teddy bear in your top left. It's pretty.
Oh, you like that?
Right behind you on your right. You turn to your right.
Oh, up here?
Yeah. That's teddy bear option.
Chilling back right now.
All right, go ahead.
But But I got Quez Watkins under 1.5 receptions. You can go under his receiving yards as well. Every single time Dallas, comes into play, his target has been like very low. His last game against San Francisco when Dallas was playing, he only had one target. So Jalen Hurts is not looking to look for Quez Watkins. He's going to be looking for that big guy Dallas.
Eagles.
AJ's in front of him, Devontae's in front of him, and then you got Miles, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell that are also going to be into that picture. So I think that goes under. Dallas Goedert, anytime touchdown scorer. I called this out 2 weeks ago, ever since he came in, and he hit that. He didn't hit his last game, I don't think, but I believe he will since it's Super Bowl. He's a big target, and Kansas City is very vulnerable to the tight end position, and that's at plus 220. My next one. What's up?
Good value.
Yeah, very good value for Dallas. It might have gone down now, so I'll double check. But my other one is Jared McKinnon at under 9.5 longest rushing yards. I just think Philly's D is not gonna let up more than 10 rushing yards in terms of longest play. Maybe by the throw, but when it comes to rushing, they're gonna shut them down.
I hate McKinnon.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do.
Danny, we had a 5-person touchdown, me, him, and Dylan, for over $1,000. All 4 hit except for McKinnon. All 5 hit except for McKinnon.
He had 3 straight before that, and then coming into playoffs, he didn't do jack.
They ran 8 on him.
It was very bad. So my next pick here, this is a bit of a sleeper pick. It's a dog pick, in my opinion. If you're going to go the KC side, I would take Mahomes TD. I think he'll end up scrambling at one point. I think there will be a lot of coverage on these receivers and on Kelsey, and they're going to be really near that goal line, and then Patrick Mahomes is not going to be able to find it. He's going to scramble and get into the end zone. And usually when he scores a rushing TD, it is when it's playoff time. And especially in the Super Bowl, I can see that happen. That's at plus 440, possibly at plus 500 in other books. But that's my other one. And then my last one for player props is Jalen Hurts TD. This guy, you just can't stop him. You never know when he's going to end up doing a QB sneak. He's going to have at least 10 rushing attempts in that game. I'll guarantee you that too. So I think he'll get into the end zone as well. And then for that money line pick, we're obviously going to go Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I got some picks for the NBA too, if you guys are interested for today. But I got 2 picks going into the spread. -6 Denver against Atlanta. They're 17-10 ATS at home. Atlanta just came off of a dub against the Utah Jazz. That was a snub game for Trae Young. I don't know if he got up to 30. I had him at 30 just because he was snubbed. He was talking a lot of crap about him not getting into the All-Star, but I believe he did it. He doesn't really deserve it this year. But my next play here is -3.5 Clippers. I believe they're versing. Let me see. Give me 1 second. They're versing the Knicks at home at Madison Square Garden. Anyone that plays in Madison Square are going to show up. Kawhi, Paul George are finally healthy. Hopefully they can keep being healthy. And the Clippers are kind of on a rise here because they're really good in depth-wise. They just need Kawhi and Paul to really be playing together, playing cohesive. And they're 4-1 in their last 5 games ATS. So I'll take that -3.5, and then I'll also take Lakers money line, and they're playing against the Pellies. Pellies haven't been doing that great since Zion was out. Has been out actually. Zion. Yeah, All-Stars. Yes, sir. But Brandon Ingram just got back. He's barely getting his legs back in order. I think this is his 3rd game back. But I don't think he's going to be putting up that much production. It's going to be a really fast-paced game, so there's going to be going back and forth. But I'll take that Lakers money line, especially with LeBron going into that 63 points that he needs for that career all-time list. And then one of my big locks for tonight is Vucevic over 9.5 points. He strives against Portland. I just don't know. I just don't think that Portland has an answer for him, especially if Nurkic is out. You'll be there today? Guarantee that. I'll lock that in at 19.5. He's gone over it.
That'll make me
I will.
send me a SGP.
I will for that Bulls game for sure. That'll be a good time. I've only had that one experience where I hit a same game parlay at a Bulls game. That was unreal feeling.
Definitely
Unreal
like
feeling.
there. I gotta remember I can't cheer and shit. So I was just saying, come on, motherfucker. People be looking at me. We got a few
But
minutes left. Go ahead. Get your last one in.
my last one is going to be Brook Lopez over 1.5 3-point makes. This is against the Miami Heat. He's gone over this 10 out of the 14 career games against Bam. Bam likes to play down low. He's a rim protector. Brook Lopez shoots outside the three. So I believe that locks at plus 130.
Both of them still in the league. That's crazy, bro. Like
Yeah.
Lopez brother. But we got like 3 minutes left. UFC just announced this morning that Conor McGregor has returned. Him and Michael Chandler will do the Ultimate Fighter show, which I am a big fan of. They will go against it. I was kind of explaining it to Danny how it went. Basically, they coach some amateur MMA guys or girls, depending on the situation that they're doing. Then they'll have the main UFC event, and then they'll have a UFC main with Chandler versus McGregor. Real quick, I got Chandler knocking his bitch ass out. Who you guys got?
I'm gonna go with the Notorious.
Fun, bro.
Wow.
Just because I like McGregor. I like Mike Chandler too. I thought he honestly was winning majority of his Poirier fight until he got
everybody acts like he just got his ass quick. He was
working him. He was working him, and then he tried too much. He tried being a hero. But I'm gonna say the return of the Notorious. I think McGregor
Yikes.
Takes
crazy.
Yeah,
call me insane, but I'm gonna go McGregor.
I'm gonna take some of
Yeah,
that.
I have to go Chandler here, man. I have to go Chandler here. Notorious, like he's there for the name and the controversy and the media and just everybody just exploding this UFC, right? These are two of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. So like,
yeah.
But I do like Chandler.
A lot of punches will be exchanged, no grappling. I'll tell you that.
No, not at all. A lot of talking. So it's going to be I mean, Conor's he's got like 4 fights in the top 10. So Dana's obviously excited. I just think he's had his time. If he does beat Chandler, great. I love Conor, but I just think he's a businessman now. He has a fucking beer. He already sold for number 12 for millions. Now he has a freaking stout that's probably going to go crazy bananas too. So
Chandler's in his hometown too. Like it's going to be in Vegas, and they're going to spend 6 weeks in Vegas before it airs. Wow. And I like it's going to be. He's going to represent. He's going to represent.
Did they say what they're fighting at, or they didn't say it?
No, they haven't announced. They haven't announced that yet.
Okay. All right. Well, great week in sports. Super Bowl's coming up. Danny Ivan, just so you know, has yet to pick a Super Bowl winner. He's playing the fence. Oh, I just want to see a good game. I'm leaning towards Kansas City, but it might change.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my final prediction Friday.
Give me KC all day. Touchdown or more.
Wow.
NFL's rigged.
All right, Eric Foster.
All right, guys. ECSports.
All right.